welcome back to the Dice Coach's Craps Pit. On this section of the video, we're going to talk about the different grips. Okay, I'm going to start with the grip that I use and I know. Again, I'm going to use the Hardway set on this example. What I do when I grip the dice, I use the middle finger and the thumb. The middle finger going on the face of the dice, splitting the seams of the two dice equally, straight up and down. And to assure that the dice are one, meaning that they need to be together as tight as possible to make them one, I plant my ring finger like so, come over the dice, preparing my grip with my middle finger and my thumb, putting pressure backwards to my ring finger with my index finger, kind of lock them in, and then if you can take the dice, if you can see this, and if you can go like that without them splitting, you've got a good grip. If you do your grip and you have a slight separation of the dice, you can probably see that. That's too much. The reason is because when they leave your fingers, they will separate and grow apart, and that's not what you want. Because when you throw the dice, you want reverse spin of the dice spinning together as one. And the reverse motion of the dice keeps a mirror image of both dice. And then of course you want to land them at the other end as close as possible to your target. So if I'm shooting from stick left, I grab the dice, I take my other fingers and I put them on the diagonal, just lie them there with no pressure. I come down and see the word line. Every table has pass line. There's a straight line in the word line. So I come back about where my belt buckle would be. My feet are separated to my shoulders. And I come straight over the table from stick left. Pitch the dice back at an angle here, but they're parallel here. And when you throw the dice, go through, follow down the pass line, and make sure you don't rotate your wrist, because you want the dice to fly through the air parallel to this surface. That's the two-fingered grip. A lot of people like to use the three-fingered grip, but on a three-fingered grip it's a little more difficult. Your three fingers, if you can see my three fingers, have to be, you can go like this, have to be straight. And the three fingers have to be straight across the face of the dice. That's a little more difficult, because if you put a little pressure with your ring finger, the right die will go like that, and the dice will bounce. If you put too much pressure with your index finger, that outside die will go like that, and they will bounce sideways, east and west. Remember, when you release the dice, your thumb, do not push the dice with your thumb, or they will split like that. And when that happens, the dice go east and west, one on the left, one on the right, and that's not a good throw. You want to use a grip that you're really comfortable with. Okay, I just moved over to stick right from stick left, and now I'm going to demonstrate the ice tong grip. And this is kind of cool. I've been really playing with this grip because it's a little different. And what happens when you release the dice, the energy of the dice just dissipates at the other end. And it's been having a lot of fun with this. Last month in July, I had 2 1-hour rolls with this grip. Here's what I do. Okay, I'm using the Hardway set. Ice tong, I hold them equal to the top of the dice, putting my middle finger as a brace behind. Now they're locked in together. You want to get them so that you want the pressure to go equally through the dice. And this one's a little different, because when you're going to hold the dice like this, and when you throw them, you're going to just a slight pendulum, again keeping the dice parallel to the surface. So the dice are going to hold together, and when you release, they're going to reverse rotate about 1.5 times, maybe 2, through the air, and they're going to land with very little energy at the other end. And what I like to do is land the dice about 4 inches from the back wall, so they come up underneath the diamonds. And let me demonstrate my two-finger grip from stick right, because it's a little different, because you're using physical different muscle, and also your stance is different. Again, there's my grip. And since I'm not the tallest guy in the world, the taller guys with longer arms can get way out here. That's a little uncomfortable for the guys that are a little vertically challenged, like me and my webmaster Pablo. I do my grip. My two fingers barely touch the diagonal part of the dice, while my middle finger is on the face, splitting the two dice equally. So my delivery will look like this. The dice, as you can see, if Pablo will scan behind, the dice are parallel. And then with one motion, shooting off the table, one motion, follow through, keeping the dice parallel, and they'll fly straight and they'll hit your target. Of course, you can do the three finger just like we talked about on stick left. So basically the three finger, the two finger grip, and the ice tongs. We can do other ones. There's dice stackers and so forth, but these are the primary ones that we teach in class. And what we try to do is, we figure out what's easiest for you as far as a grip, and then we build your class around that. So that's it on the dice grips. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next video.